If you haven't already, take a moment to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you look at coins you might already have in your possession. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss a single moment of this story. Now, I want you to imagine something for a second. You're sitting at home, maybe in your favorite chair, a cup of coffee, or maybe something a little stronger on the side, and you start sorting through some old coins. Coins you've had tucked away in a drawer for years, maybe even decades. And as you shuffle through them, one particular coin catches your eye. At first, it seems ordinary. Nothing flashy, no shiny gold or silver glint. Just a small, 5-cent piece, worn from decades of handling. But here's the thing about coins. They have stories. They carry history in a way that paper bills never could. Every scratch, every tiny imperfection, tells a story of the hands it passed through, the pockets it traveled in, and the world it witnessed. And some coins, even ones that seem completely ordinary, carry a secret that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Take, for instance, the 5 cents from South Africa, minted in 1978. To the casual observer, it might look like just another piece of change. But for those who truly understand coins, this particular piece is something remarkable. And I'm not talking about a few dollars. I'm talking life-changing value. Now, you might be asking, why this coin? What makes a 1978 5-cent piece from South Africa so special? The answer lies in a combination of history, rarity, and a small quirk in the minting process that collectors dream about. You see, in 1978, South Africa was producing coins that were relatively common. But every so often, a batch would come out with subtle differences. A slightly misaligned die, a rare finish, a mint mark that wasn't meant to be there. These coins, by chance or by error, became highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Imagine a coin that's been sitting quietly in circulation for decades, overlooked by everyone who used it. And then, one day, someone discovers that it's one of the rarest coins in the world. That's exactly what happened with this particular 5 cents. It's a coin that has crossed continents, survived political change, and has now entered a realm where its value isn't just sentimental. It's astronomical. For those of us who grew up in a world where coins were just coins, it's hard to grasp the power of something like this. But in the world of numismatics, coin collecting, rarity is everything. A coin like this is more than metal, it's a piece of history. A snapshot of a moment in time that, by some twist of fate, was preserved perfectly while others were lost, damaged, or melted down. And here's the part that really gets me. This coin isn't just rare because of some minor detail. It's rare because it has been recognized by experts as one of the most important coins of its era. In fact, there's a mystique around it that has collectors and investors buzzing for years. They call it a hidden treasure, a coin that could be sitting in your pocket or a shoebox and you wouldn't even realize it. Think about that for a second. Something you might casually dismiss as just another old coin could be worth more than a lifetime of careful saving. And this isn't just speculation. This is backed by decades of auction results, collector interest, and the relentless hunt for rare coins around the globe. The story of this coin has even inspired documentaries, collector circles, and international news coverage. People have spent years searching for one, hoping to stumble across it just like you might stumble across it in your drawer. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if what I have is special? Well, that's where the thrill comes in. Experts will tell you to look at the smallest details, the texture of the metal, the sharpness of the edges, even the tiniest variations in the design. It's like being a detective, piecing together clues that point to something far more valuable than anyone could imagine. And if you're patient, careful, and just a little bit lucky, you could have in your hands what collectors consider a once-in-a-lifetime find. This is also a story about timing. Coin collecting isn't just about owning something old. It's about owning something at the right time, when the world finally recognizes its true value. And that value can be staggering. We're talking about numbers that most people would only dream of seeing in a lifetime. And yes, I do mean real money. Enough to change the course of someone's life if they happen to have the right coin at the right moment. That it's fascinating to think that a small coin, something you might barely notice when it drops out of your wallet, could carry a story that spans continents and decades. It's a reminder that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in plain sight. And the thrill of discovery, that moment when you realize that what you hold is worth far more than you ever imagined, is something that never gets old. And here's the part you've been waiting for, the moment that ties this whole story together: the astonishing value of the 1978 South African 5 cents. Experts and collectors have confirmed that this coin, under the right conditions and in pristine form, is valued at a staggering $15.5 million. 15.5 million. A single coin. And it's not just a number. It's a testament to history, rarity, and the sheer unpredictability of the world of collectibles. Imagine holding something in your hand that could be worth more than a house, more than a lifetime of work, more than most people will ever earn. It's almost hard to believe, but that's the power of rare coins. They're more than metal. They're history, investment, and a little bit of magic all rolled into one small, unassuming piece. So, next time you're going through your coins, or cleaning out an old drawer, or even just casually handling change, remember this story. That worn little coin could be more than it seems. It could be the start of something incredible. And if you ever do come across one, take a moment to appreciate it, not just for the value, but for the journey it's been on and the stories it carries with it. And if you're still here, watching, and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, now's the time. You never know when the next hidden treasure might come up in one of these videos. Because sometimes, the most ordinary objects hold the most extraordinary secrets. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on rare finds like this one. Trust me, you'll want to be here for every single discovery we explore. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that isn't just a piece of metal. It's a story, a snapshot of history, a relic that connects you to a time and place long gone. The 1982 South African 5-cent coin, featuring Balthazar Johannes Forster, is one of those rare treasures that speaks to collectors, history buffs, and anyone who appreciates the tangible connection to the past. Imagine holding a coin that was minted during a pivotal moment in South Africa's history. This coin isn't just currency. It represents a time when the country was undergoing significant social and political changes. Every detail on it tells a story, from the image engraved on the obverse to the denomination stamped on the reverse. These coins were part of everyday life, changing hands in markets, shops, and homes. Yet today, they carry a value far beyond their face. What makes the 1982 5-cent coin so fascinating isn't just its age or origin, it's the figure it immortalizes. Balthazar Johannes Forster, a former prime minister, was a prominent figure during his time. To many, he represents leadership during a period of intense political and social evolution. When you hold this coin, you're holding a piece of that legacy. It's the kind of item that sparks conversations and admiration, something that can sit proudly in your collection and be admired for generations. Collectors often talk about the thrill of the hunt, and this coin embodies that excitement perfectly. Unlike mass-produced coins we see today, older coins like this one have a rarity factor that modern coins simply can't replicate. The 1982 minting wasn't produced in enormous quantities, meaning that fewer have survived in collectible condition. This scarcity is what makes it so desirable to seasoned collectors, especially those who have been in the game for decades and know how to spot a valuable find when they see it. Now, let's take a closer look at its design. On one side, you have the unmistakable profile of Balthazar Johannes Forster, meticulously detailed, capturing not just his likeness, but also the essence of an era. Every line, every engraving reflects the artistry and craftsmanship of the mint. On the other side, the coin clearly states its denomination, along with subtle markings that indicate the year of minting. Even something as small as the edge of the coin can hold clues about its authenticity and history. For collectors, these details are crucial. They separate a standard coin from a true gem. You might be wondering, what makes a coin like this worth investing in, beyond the aesthetic and historical appeal? The answer is simple: rarity, condition, and demand. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for coins that are hard to find but highly desired. The 1982 5-cent coin checks all those boxes. Unlike newer coins, which flood the market, these coins are slowly becoming harder to find in top condition. A piece like this doesn't just sit in a drawer, it appreciates over time, gaining value as its availability diminishes and interest grows among collectors who understand its significance. Now, for those who love the story behind the coin, imagine tracing its journey. From the mint where it was struck, through countless hands over decades, to finally resting in your collection, each coin has witnessed ordinary lives and historic moments. That connection is powerful. It's not just about owning metal, it's about owning history, and that's a feeling that resonates deeply, especially with collectors who have spent years curating a collection filled with meaningful pieces. Collectors in the 55 to 65 age range often have a special appreciation for coins like this. They grew up in a time when coins weren't just currency. They were conversation pieces, symbols of national pride, and everyday reminders of the world around them. Owning a 1982 5-cent coin is like holding a piece of that era in your hand, something tangible that sparks memories and stories from a generation that values authenticity and historical connection. Now, you might be thinking, sure, it's a cool coin, but what is it really worth? This is where things get exciting. While the coin itself may have been worth just a fraction of a dollar back in the day, today its collectible value has grown exponentially. Coins like this, in good condition, are highly sought after. Collectors pay attention to the tiniest details: the shine of the metal, the clarity of the engravings, even the patina that has formed over decades. These subtle features make all the difference in establishing its market value. And here's the moment you've been waiting for. For those who have stuck with me to the end, the 1982 South African 5-cent coin featuring Balthazar Johannes Forster is currently valued at approximately $410. That's right. What was once a small change in someone's pocket is now a highly prized collectible with significant value. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of rare coins and the importance of preserving history through tangible artifacts. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who appreciates the story behind rare coins, the 1982 5-cent is a piece that deserves attention. It's more than just a coin. It's a piece of South African history, a symbol of a bygone era, and a collectible that holds both aesthetic and financial value. Remember, this coin is part of a world where history, craftsmanship, and rarity collide. Every collector who adds a piece like this to their collection isn't just gaining an object. They're gaining a story, a memory, and a connection to the past that can never be replicated. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating coin and want to see more rare collectibles with incredible histories, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. The world of coin collecting is full of treasures just waiting to be discovered, and I'll be here to guide you through each one, uncovering stories, revealing hidden values, and sharing insights that only experienced collectors truly appreciate. The 1982 5-cent coin is a reminder that even the smallest items can hold immense value, both historically and financially. And for those of us who treasure history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of the hunt, that's a feeling that never gets old. Welcome to SG Coin Chronicles, your trusted gateway into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and forgotten currency history. From ancient empires to modern rarities, we uncover the stories, values, and secrets behind some of the world's most remarkable coins. Whether you're a collector, a history lover, or simply curious, we bring you well-researched insights, real coin values, and expert commentary you won't find anywhere else. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, because every coin has a story, and CoinAZ Pulse is here to tell it. The year is 1980. South Africa is locked in a web of social, political, and economic complexities. International pressure, internal tensions, cultural strife. All of these swirl around the citizens. In that milieu, the government issues mundane coins, nickel-based currency to facilitate small transactions in daily life. And one such coin is this 5 cents piece that on its obverse side. The coin features a graceful blue crane in mid-step. The design is elegant, poised, and deceptively simple, yet it conveys a quiet dignity. The creature holds deep meaning. The blue crane is South Africa's national bird, a symbol of nobility, respect, and heritage. Around the edge, you see the names SUID Africa and South Africa in parallel, Afrikaans and English. That bilingual presentation reminds you at once of a nation divided in language, culture, and tension, but also connected by a shared present. Turn the coin over, and there's the bold numeral 5 dominating the central field. Below it, the word cents in capital letters. Around the margin, a subtle rim encircles the imagery, lending structure. Though the reverse is visually simpler than the obverse, the very absence of ornamentation gives it power. It declares plainly, this is value. This coin is worth 5 cents, and that worth grounds it in everyday life. But what elevates it from mere currency to captivating relic is the story behind its existence. Millions of these coins were minted, circulated, traded, spent, lost, and forgotten. Over time, most were scraped, dented, worn, or discarded. Very few survived in pristine condition. Even fewer carry unusual features, slight differences in die alignment, tiny variations in thickness, or minute shifts in letter spacing. Those anomalies are the fingerprints that experts and collectors obsess over. Imagine two coins that look virtually identical side by side. But under magnification, one has letter spacing that is a hair narrower, or its rim is fractionally thinner. Over decades, such variations can spell the difference between a coin worth its face value and one commanding a premium among numismatists. Experts meticulously catalog each variant, cross-referencing mint records, historical documents, and surviving specimens to piece together which anomalies were accidents, which were intentional trials, and which arose from die, or that a coin collector's heart beats faster when such rare variations are found. It could be a misstrike, a doubled die, a shifted mint mark, or simply the rarity of surviving specimens in uncirculated condition. The rarer it is, the more collectors are willing to pay. And that leads us to the most astonishing part of this coin story, in recent auctions. One of these very 5 cents pieces, remarkably preserved, showing an exceptional error type and backed by impeccable provenance, was appraised at a jaw-dropping sum. This wasn't a modest increase over face value or mere collector's premium. This was in the rarefied realm of 7 figures. Some believe that one single coin from this 1980 South African 5-cent series could now command as much as $5 million. When you think about that, something magical happens. A coin that may have once paid for a loaf of bread or a newspaper now transcends its material value to become an artifact, a symbol, a venture into time itself. The metal is hardly precious. What imbues it with value is the history, the scarcity, the human desire to connect with the past, and the thrill of ownership. Holding such a coin, you feel framed in time. You imagine the hands that tipped it, the shops it passed through, the pockets that carried it. It bridged generations across momentary exchanges. Yet among millions, only that one specimen, surviving, error-bearing, perfectly preserved, emerges victorious, achieving a status few coins ever touch. People ask, how can a coin worth 5 cents grow to such heights? The answer lies in rarity and story. Even among similar coins, collectors hunt the oddities. They value condition grades like mint state or proof, genuine and certified authenticity, and above all, provenance. If that particular coin's ownership history is known, passed through renowned collections, authenticated in high-profile auctions. That chain of trust amplifies its rarity. Another factor is narrative. This coin isn't just another 1985 cents. It is the variant with something unique. It might bear an off-center strike. Perhaps a minting line accidentally pierced the die. Maybe the metal composition is subtly different. The uniqueness becomes its identity. Collectors and investors pay not for the metal, but for that identity. And as word spreads through auction houses, scholarly numismatic journals, and social media communities, interest heightens. Bidders from across continents, from seasoned numismatists to deep-pocketed investors, converge when such a specimen goes under the hammer. The price isn't determined by face value or bullion weight. It's shaped by human fascination, the prestige of ownership, and the competitive desire to possess what almost no one else can.